I want to introduce this book to you. Seven questions you must ask before you get married. This is especially for singles and generally for everybody. Everybody needs this book. There are questions that you need to ask yourself before you get married, and there are questions that you need to ask your intending partner before you get married. And if you were already married without asking those questions, and without giving them the proper answers, there is going to be the likelihood of you having one or two problems. Now, if you are in marriage and you are having problems in your marriage, or you're already separated or divorced, it is most likely because you did not get the knowledge that this book imparts, and that you did not ask these questions before you get married. So that's why I said it's specifically or primarily for singles, but generally for everybody. For even parents, it will help you to know how to guide your children. For clerics, it will help you to know how to guide your members. And of course, for the married people, things that you did not know before you got married, you will know them now after you have gotten married. And sometimes you begin to regret. Some people regret, but some people they are happy that they married rightly. But some people they begin to wonder. Like today, I was asking a woman, "How are you doing? I've not been hearing from you," and she was talking about frustration. She was talking about confusion, and then she was talking about the fact that my husband is doing this, my husband is doing that, and they kept telling me that I have to stay, I have to stay. So that means she's tired of the marriage. If she had asked some of these seven questions before they got married, she might not have married the person, or she might have been prepared for what she's going through right now. So that's why it's for both singles and married. And then we actually did this book as a training to train young people for a period of years. And then after we have used it to train thousands of people from different parts of the world, we now published it as a book. Now, there are seven questions, and I'm just going to read out those questions to you. The first question is a question of partnership. You need to ask, can he or she work with me? The Bible says, can two work together except they be agreed? That means if there is no agreement, you can't work together. But you see, it's not just about the agreement of, wow, will you marry me? Yes, I will marry you. Do you love me? Yes, I love you. No, that's not what we're talking about. This place is talking about the agreement of certain things, and which start from partnership. The purpose of marriage, the primary purpose of marriage, you're going to discover it in this book. The number one reason why we got married. Of course, during wedding ceremony, they will tell you it's for preparation, it's for this, it's for that. But you see, all of those things could be summed up in one thing, which you are going to discover in this book. And then the first question is a question of partnership, and there are things under that. We also give it some heading why you must choose rightly, who is a life partner, and this is a life partner. So we discuss in details what a life partner is all about. First, ask yourself this question. Love is never enough. You see a lot of people, they get married because of love, and then after the marriage, the love began to reduce and then gradually evaporate. Sometimes the love check out through the window. And that's why you need to ask this question. And then the last one talks about never forget this. A partner is basically someone that can work with you. Let me just read some portions. It's talking about someone that can work with you to achieve your dreams in life, to achieve your life purpose. You know, the third subheading on that, can he or she work with me? The question partner, you say, who is a life partner? And what does it mean to have a life partner? To answer that question properly, we need to first know what is life. And then we need to know who is a partner. So, what is life? who is a partner. Then after we have defined that, we now brought the two together. And we talked about what is it means to be a life partner, someone that can work with you to achieve your dreams in life, to achieve your goals in life, to achieve your visions in life, to achieve what you want to achieve in life for the rest of your life. That's why it's called life partner. It's a life partnership. And you need to understand that if you are in a partnership with somebody, you are going to join resources together. For example, if you are starting business partnership, you join resources together and then you share profit and loss among each other or with your partner. So it's not that you get married to somebody in times that things are good, they rejoice with you, they are there with you. In times that things are bad, they disappear and they start blaming you and they start abusing you. Again, so you must ask this question, then the question of partnership. Can he or she work with me? Because partnership is about working together. As in, we work to achieve what we want to achieve, what we want to become, what we want to fulfill. So if you got married to someone that can't work with you, there's a problem. So there's going to be burden. And then the second question, the question of character. How does he or she behave? This is the most important thing that determines whether a marriage is going to succeed or whether a marriage is going to fail. Behavior. It's not prayer and fasting. It's not, is he born again? Is she born again? Yes, that's one is part of it. But that's not the primary focus. The primary focus is how does he behave? How does she behave? And then this our book is going to give you the real definition of character from the etymological perspective. And then the third question is talking about something that is very important, a question of temperament. Everybody's character is mostly based on their temperament. And this book is going to tell you the four different kinds of temperament that we have. And you will discover how your partner's temperament and your own temperament determines your behavior. And you might not have heard about temperament before. We're not talking about being temperamental or being easily angered. No, we're talking about the makeup of every human. No, philosophically, it has been discovered that human beings, based on behavior, can be divided into four, and then by broadly into 12. So specifically, there are four kinds of temperament, and then because each temperament is also a blend of another temperament, so generally there are 12 types of temperament. So the way you behave, the way he or she behaves is because of their temperament. And then after that, we have the question of salvation. If you're a Christian, is he born again? Is she born again? If you're a Muslim, is he following the tenant of Islam? Is she following the tenant of Islam? If you're a Buddhist, if you're a traditionalist, whatever. Now, the person that you want to marry, does he believe the same thing that you believe, and that your faith is actually talking about? So this is going to talk about all of those things in details. You're going to ask yourself this question, you're going to ask your partner this question, and then you're also going to make some research in order for you to find out the truth. It's not just that somebody just say it and then you think that's got the answer. No, it says by their fruit you shall know them. It's going to be by what the person produces and what you yourself are producing. Then number 5, the question of direction. What did God tell you? And this is very important. You see, I specialize in helping people to discover how the future of their marriage is going to look like if they marry a particular person. And you will see yourself. It's not enough to consult a prophet or a pastor or an alpha or a priest for them to tell you how the future is going to look like. You've got to discover by yourself. So if I work with you, we call it relationship consultation service. You're going to by yourself see, whether in a vision or in a dream, how the future of the marriage is going to look like. So you're going to discover your life, how your future and how your marriage is going to look like if you marry that particular person. And I've worked with people from different parts of the world regarding that. There's a guy that consulted me, and then he was in a relationship with this girl, and then when we walked, he saw himself riding Okada. He just graduated from the university at that time. Saw himself riding Okada. There is nothing bad in riding Okada if you're going to use it to succeed. But he saw that he was at the garage of Okada, that's motorbike, commercial motorcycle, and then he was begging like the leader of the garage that please give me passenger so I could get money to eat. He was wretched. Now, he asked, how is my life, marriage, and future going to look like if I marry this lady? And the lady was very beautiful. And then he saw that he was going to be wretched. Thank God that he consulted me. If not, that would have been the end of his life. He would have entered into somebody that was going to bring him into poverty. And then a lot of other people have consulted me. I worked with them and they discovered that the future was blissful, the future was glorious, and everything. So that question you're going to have. Then the question of history. Do you know his or past? Hmm. I talked about some stories here of some of the situations I personally handled. You're going to read it, and then you're going to learn, and then you're going to discover how to discover the past of the person you want to marry, and how to also share your own past. And you've got to discover that anybody that cannot agree with your past and then marry you because of your past does not belong in your future. So if you're going to hide your past from somebody, for how long will you do that? One day they're going to discover. If you have done abortion, if there's no womb anymore, if you have carried off kind of people, if you used to be a prostitute, tell the person your past. Well, that's controversial. But it's better to be on the safer side. It's better for the person to know that this is who I used to be. I am no longer that person. Than for them to have gotten married to you and they are not discovering. It's going to be a very devastating thing. It's not going to be devastating for you. That's why you need to discover this thing. And then the last one, the question of opinion. What does he believe? What does she believe? The woman that was talking to me today, she was talking about the fact that she and her husband, they had different beliefs entirely. And she's frustrated. She's unhappy. She has entered it. And then she kept saying, they said, I must stay. They say I must stay. Of course, when people consult me, I don't tell them they must stay. I work with them for them to discover whether they need to stay or whether they need to leave. It's going to be their choice, but I help them to make the discovery and make the decision. So the question of opinion, and then we talk about what is opinion. We talk about don't marry to battle and regret. Some people got married into battle and they got married into regret. Don't marry to battle, don't marry to regret. And we talk about different areas of someone's views. You need to know before marriage. And what do they think about different things? What do they know, feel about different things? Okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? You've got to discover. And everything is important. Everything is important and discover before you enter. Don't go and enter into marriage and you are not discovering the things that you ought to have discovered before you enter. So discover before you enter. And then we gave a bonus lecture. There are 7 lectures. So the bonus lecture is the 5th lecture. And they say it is a big lie. God can speak to you too. It doesn't matter your religion. As long as it's God that created you, He can speak to you. I've worked with Muslims and they saw the future. I've worked with Christians, they saw the future. I've worked with different people from different religion, different nations, different backgrounds. They saw the future. I was very happy a few days ago when I saw the DP of a young lady from Cameroon. And I saw that she was married. I was very excited. This young lady, she consulted me in 2021. You know, she joined Happy Marriage Africa 2021. Every Happy Marriage Africa is one of our annual marriage and relationship training for everybody. And it started with April 15 of every year. She joined the one for 2021. Then she consulted me after the training. And she was in a relationship. And this guy that she was in a relationship with was a very religious person in their own religion. And I worked with her. She saw 5 different visions. 5 different visions. And the interpretation was, this is the wrong person. This person is going to take you away from God. It's going to take you away from family. You are going to regret. And then, based on the vision, she also saw that someone else is coming. That when she sees the person, she may not really like the person, but the person has more than what she's looking at. And then she discovered, based on the vision, that she didn't like the person at first. Then later, she began to like the person. She enjoyed the person. Those are the interpretation of the vision that I gave her. You know, you will see it. I tell you what to do. You will see it clearly. Then you tell me everything you saw without removing anything. Then I give you the meaning. Then you now make your decision. So based on those revelations, everything is a no-no. Even though, naturally speaking, these guys seem to be the best person. But it was after she ended the relationship that she discovered that she would have entered into problem. It took a while before she entered into another relationship. But you know, I was very happy. That happened in 2021. And then this 2024. And I asked her, oh, when did you get married and everything? And she said, oh, I lost the number. That's why I couldn't tell you. And she was very excited. It's obvious that she's happy. So, some of the things I helped her to discover were things I taught in this book. 7 questions you must ask before you get married. You need to get a copy. Click the link anywhere around this video and you're going to be able to get a copy, know how to buy a copy, or go to www.happymarriageinstitute.com and also www.kingspeopleconnection.com. You will find a copy on those 2 websites. Those are our 2 websites. And you can also get it at Seller, www.seller.co/M/AT Adeneko. Seller is SELLAR.co/M/AT Adeneko. 7 questions you must ask before you get married. And by the way,